You finished the policy year, business was good, and then the bill showed up from the audit and you had money owed. Nobody explained why. Give me 4 minutes and I will explain to you exactly why and how to make sure that you don't have surprises again. So why are you getting an audit? A general liability policy is an estimate of what the policy exposure will be for the policy term, which is going to be a year. This is going to be projected payroll, gross revenue, subcontractor cost. The audit that is done at the end of the policy term is going to review the reality of the business exposure compared to the estimates of the policy from the year before. Audits work both ways. If the estimate was higher than what the actual exposure was, you're most likely going to get a refund back, with few exceptions. And if it ends up being more exposure than what you estimated, you're going to owe money. A lot of people only focus on the scary half of it. The uninsured sub problem. The big one. What we often see and where the biggest source of large audit bills come from are the uninsured subcontractors. So, let me give you an example. You estimated only to have $10,000 in subcontractor costs, but you had one large sub work for you that you paid $80,000. Something happened, and you didn't collect that certificate of insurance. Now that $80,000 in subcontractor costs, which remember is always a lower rate than payroll, has been assumed he was your employee and is going to mean hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in additional premium owed. The big problem with this is you can't go back in time. If he had insurance and you're able to obtain a certificate, you can dispute that audit. However, if he ended up not having coverage, there's no way to go back and fix that. So let's talk. How do you audit proof yourself? How do you make sure that this doesn't happen again? Certificate on the first day of work. Every sub, every time. No certificate, no site. One folder. Keep things organized. Whether it is digital or a paper folder, keep all of those certificates throughout the year together that you can just provide to your auditor. Track your actual numbers quarterly. Review how things are going and compare it against your policy. We recommend clients do this, and we will even offer that help to them of quarterly check-ins to see how our numbers stacking up and what adjustments need to be made for both payroll and subcontractor cost. Make sure your subcontractors' limits equal yours. Bonus if they're adding you as an additional insured on your policy. Additional insured on their policy. Finally, a recommendation we make, and is often standard in the industry, is if you do let somebody on your job site without that certificate of insurance, no payment until they produce that certificate of insurance. That's the final straw. You have to protect yourself from that audit. So, if your last audit stung, or you've never actually walked through your policy to make sure that things are rated correctly and to help avoid that problem, that's what we do. Give us a call and we can walk through it together. 850-389-2001 or click on our link below.
Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss a video. See you on the next one.